Hello all. Now we know that YouTube is basically filled with the videos of almost all the technologies. But again, this is a small effort I have made so that all of us can use Google Forms to prepare question papers and quizzes for our students. So let us see how do we use Google Forms to prepare question papers. Now as we see here, first I have gone to Google and typed in Google Forms. Once we do this, the Google search will give us the result of Google Forms, and we click on the first link of Google Forms. We see here, we click on the first link. So after that, this page will open and we go to Google Forms. Here we can see a plus button, that is for creating a new form. After that, we give a title to our form. We type the title. The title is Basics of Computer. Whichever title, whichever topic you want to give a question, you can type here. Form description is optional. You might give this form is collecting what. Basically it is a survey, question paper, examination, whatever. Now this basics of a computer title gets copied here if we click there, and now we start typing the questions. We find here there are many options, many icons are here. First one, we give the question, your name. I want to know the name of the student. We find here it's a short answer question. There are so many options for giving the answer. So I choose here short answer because a name is always a short answer. After selecting that, we select on required button because we want to know the name of the student. Coming to the second question, class. Similarly, again it's a short answer. Again we make it a required one. Next, I want to type in the roll number. So we give the roll number, and again it's a short answer. Remove any response validations. Suppose you want that the student should enter the roll number in a particular format, then validations can be applied. Giving the first question, say what is a computer. I want it in a paragraph style, so I choose paragraph, and the student can type in their answer here. We can delete, we can make a copy of our questions with these options. There are other parts of a question also. Next, we give the next question, RAM is. I want to make it a multiple choice. So first option, I type as volatile. Second option, non-volatile. Okay. After that, I came to the next question, which is name the input devices or identify the input devices. So there can be many input device, hence I make it a checkbox option so that the students can choose more than one option. in this manner. Student is given, or student can choose many options. What happens if we click on other? The word other comes. I don't need it. I can cross it. Next we see these icons here. This is if we want to import a question. Importing a question means, suppose we have a previous form, from there we want to take a question in our present form. So that is importing a question. I cross it. Next one is if for the questions we want to add a title or a description. We can do it from here. If we want to add an image in the question paper, we can do it with add image. We can add an image. We can add even a video and ask questions on it. For the video, we need to give the URL. URL means the location where the video has been saved. We can include that location. Add section. Add section is very important. If we are making a question paper, say, which is being divided into objective questions, short answer questions, long answer questions. So you can divide your question paper into different sections and present it to the students. Currently I don't need this section, so I can delete it. So this is basically a short question paper which has been made. Let us see the other features. We can customize our question paper by different color choices. Theme color, as you can see, it has become red here. You can choose the background color also and give a look to your question paper. You can choose the font style and change it accordingly as you want. Next, this is a preview. Preview is how your students will be seeing the paper. We'll see it later on. Let's come to the settings section. In the settings section, we have general, we have presentation, we have quizzes. In the general section, we have collect email addresses. So basically, this will collect the email address of the student in the form. The student will be asked to type the email address. If I want that the student should edit after submit, I'll check this, which I don't want for this. And if I want the students to see the summary charts, then I'll tick on the button next to summary charts, which I don't want for this particular paper. I want that the students should answer only once, so I'll limit it to only one response. These changes can be made in the settings section. We go to the presentation section. Here, show progress bar means the student will be able to understand how many questions are left by seeing the progress bar. They can shuffle the question order if they want. If we tick this box, it will happen. Finally, in the confirmation message, when the students have finished, we can write a message. Here it is, you have answered the paper. Quizzes. If I want to turn my question paper into a quiz, then we can basically make this a quiz. Auto grading will happen. If I want that the students should see the grades after each submission, then release grade. If I want it later, I can choose this. Missed questions, if I want the students should see, I can use it. And correct answers, it all depends on your choice. What you want the students should see after the submission of quiz and shouldn't see after the submission. It is completely your choice of making the paper or making a quiz. Now, once everything has been set according to your choice, means the teacher choice, what is the next thing we can see here? We can see that we have a cancel and save button. You can save it. So it is saving here, and see all the changes are being saved in your Google Drive. Nowadays, everyone has a Gmail account, so everyone has a drive attached basically. Everything gets saved. We clicked on the preview button. This is how the students are going to see the paper. See, there is a submit button, and basically we had the progress bar at the end. Now, next after that, what do we see here? We see here the responses section. In the responses section, it is accepting response, means the students will answer, they are being accepted. So whenever a new response comes, you can get the email notification. In your email it will come that the student has responded. You can select the response destination, that where the responses are going to get stored basically. Now response destination is, you can create a new Excel file, in that the student response will be recorded. I'll make a second part of the video, in that will basically deal with the responses section. The same thing happens when we click on the green button. Again, the student response can be stored in a Excel file. These are the other basically notifications you can get. We again come back to the question section. We see that the student can now give a valid email address here. This has basically come from the settings section. When we had gone to the settings section, out there basically we have chosen collect email addresses. So from here this has come. Now the student's email address will also get recorded. We again finally save it. And now we have our paper ready to be given to the students. Now how to give it to the students? So here is a send option. We'll send it to the students. Now there are different ways of sending it. Basically the first two ways are chosen. First is giving it to the students via email. For that you need to have an email ID of your students, and second is having a link of your Google form. This helps basically to share your question paper not only with your students but externally also. If you give this link in WhatsApp, then many students or outside teachers can access your question paper. Yes, the data will be stored in your database, you have to check it. So with this link, at least the teachers can get ready-made question papers. And if it's through email address, then you have to make a note of all the email addresses of the students. So this is the first part of the video, where we are making a basic question paper, giving it some settings and sending it to the students. Thank you.